Hello, welcome to Let's Cook at Home with your potential artist, Lyric Jones, or LyricOriginals1. Makes no difference, I am both. I seen a recipe online for a devil's food cake with the cherry mixture. I made it and I thought it was great. Now I changed some things, so I'm going to make it my way because you know that's what I do. Alright, so today, that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to start with the icing, put that to the side, and we'll show you how to make the cake, put that in the oven. Alright? Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is make this icing. So in this bowl, I have 1 stick of melted butter. It's not all the way melted, but it should have been softened, but I let it sit for too long. So now it's melted all the way. But what we got here is our powdered sugar. I have some whole milk whipping cream. We got our cinnamon, and we have our cayenne pepper. So I'm going to hit in with a sprinkle, 2 of the cayenne pepper. And we're going to go in with a little warm cinnamon. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then I have my vanilla. Now, I don't know if you all know this, but you can make your own vanilla. I bought a bottle of Amsterdam vodka. You can buy any vodka you want. You can use grain alcohol. You can use whatever you want. But to make vanilla, all you need is the real vanilla beans and your alcohol. You put it in, and you let it sit. So this was vodka. You see how dark it is? Vodka is clear. So this has sat for months. I had 2 bottles. I finally used the other one up. But you just get your cocoa bean, cut it. Now I personally did not scrape the beans out. I split it, but I just went ahead and put the whole thing in there, and I let it sit in the cabinet for months. I've been had this, oh my God, I've been had this for almost a year. It's been sitting. But like I said, I bought another little bottle. And I finally used it up. Here it is here. So you can see the beans in it better. But I split them and I put them in. And it's still a little bit in here. But when I get ready to make some more, I'm going to throw these beans away, wash out the bottle, fill it up with new vodka. But right now, we got a bottle. So, just in case you didn't know how to make your own vanilla, you don't have to use the imitation. You can make your own, okay? So, we're going to add, if I can get the top off, I have a 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Like that. All right. And then I'm going to put in just a little bit of salt. Now the salt is, the stick of butter is seasoned, salted, but I'm still going to add in just a little of some Celtic sea salt, just because I like the taste of it. I like the way it balances out the sugar. So let's set that to the side. We have our heavy whipping cream, and then we have our powdered sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my heavy whipping cream, and this is 1 cup. Yeah, this is 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Alright? And then I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to mix this up, and I'm going to slowly start to put in my powdered sugar. I'm not going to make you watch that part, but that's what I'm going to do, and I will show it to you when it's finished. Alright, now, let me say, you may have to add more powdered sugar to your mixture to give it the thickness that you want. Okay, I am not going to spread this. Okay, what I like to do with it, I like to add it to the plate or the bowl, and then I put the cake on top of it. So, but if you want to ice it, you may have to go a little bit thicker, but you'll figure it out. Okay, so it's not complicated. You will figure it out. But just know that you may have to add some more powdered sugar to thicken it up. Okay, so I would say I whip this for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then I had to take it off and put it in my hand and move it around. When you add in your powder, please remember this. If you remember nothing else, take a spoon and hand mix it first. If you try to add all your extra powdered sugar with this thing spinning, you will have powdered sugar everywhere. Okay? So just remember, turn it off. Alright? You may have a different mixer than I do, but turn it off. Add your powdered sugar. Then stir it in. Okay? Then go back in with your mixer and mix it up the rest of the way. Alright? So you want powdered sugar dust everywhere? By all means, do it the way you like. Okay? But I just wanted to give you a little heads up. So, I think the icing is the way I want it for what I'm going to do it for. You also can pour it on top, but you will see all of what I'm talking about. So, we're going to set this to the side. Alright? I'm going to put this to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and start with our cake mix. So we got our devil's food cake, we got our cherries, and I got walnuts. You can use any nuts you want, or you don't have to use any at all. So let me get a mixing bowl, my coconut oil. So the first thing I'm going to do is oil up usually my coconut oil is a little loose. It's not a little loose today. So we're going to take some coconut oil. And we're going to coat our pan with it. Okay? Alright. And we'll set this to the side. Don't need the mixer anymore. You're not going to need the mixer for your next part. So I'm going to unplug that and put that to the side. Alright. Now, let's move our pan. Alright. So, what we're going to do now is you open up your cake mix. Oh, wait. Turn my oven on. To 350. I'm using a glass pan. It's about 30 minutes. You'll know it's ready when you stick your knife in or your toothpick and it comes out clean. Everybody's oven is different. Everybody's ingredients are slightly different. So even though it may say to do this, you can bring it down one stress level that it's never going to be exact because of altitude, because of somebody may use a little more or a little less of something. Okay? But just know that. Okay? That's for my people who are not used to cooking that much. They get panicked and think they have to do everything exactly the way the box says. No, you don't. You can always tweak things a little bit here and there. Okay? So the only thing I needed to know from this box was how long to leave it in there. But I forgot that all I have to do is stick a knife in it. Okay? So we can throw this away. We're not going to egg. We're not going to any of that. We're going to take our cake mix Open it up. Put it in our bowl. Okay? Trash away. Then we're going to take our cherry pie filling. And we're going to put this in the bowl. Okay, add all that in, and then I'm going to add in my walnuts. Now, if you don't want this part, you definitely don't have to do this part. If you want to add in pumpkin seeds or something other kind of nut, or no nuts at all, it's up to you. You don't have to do that. I'm going to add in a little cinnamon. Alright, and again, I'm going in with just a little bit of cayenne pepper. It's just going to give it a little warm. Just a little warm. Alright? And then we're going to hit it up with just a hint of that vanilla. Okay? Now these were the things that they did not do in the video or that I've seen online. But that's on them. And this is on me. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more Celtic sea salt. Right? And then we mix it up. No eggs, no water, no oil. You're just going to keep mixing. Don't let it scare you. Don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. I'm going to add some water to it. You don't have to do that. Alright, you don't have to do that. Just keep stirring. Keep mixing. Now, I wouldn't advise to do this with a hand mixer. I wouldn't. Because it is like, you got to put some muscle into it. And I don't know. I think I just like the process of stirring it. I feel like I'm doing something. Alright, make sure you get those sides. You want to incorporate all the powder and all the cherry mixture. This is not a hard recipe at all. And that's it. Okay? It's all mixed up. So now, let's get it all off the side. And we're going to put it in our pan. I'm missing a pot holder. I had a pot holder with the stuff on it where it won't slide away. We're going to try this one, but okay. Spread it out. Try to spread it out as even as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want it to be super thin at one end and super thick at another end. You want to try to keep it even. Okay. I think I got as much as I'm going to get. Get it all off. Okay. Got a little bit left in here. That's just how I am. You know me. I don't like wasting money. I really don't. When I see things stuck on the side, to me, that's money. Alright. There we go. It's ready for the oven. I'm going to put it in for about 25 to 30 minutes. And I'll be back. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes that it's been in here. I have already checked it with the knife and it's clean. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take it out of the oven. Oh, it smells wonderful. Okay, and here she is in all her hot glory. Alright, so we're going to let her cool off for about 15-20 minutes. And then I'll come back and we will plate it up and give it a taste, alright? I'll be back. Right? Let's give it a taste. Oh my goodness. Woo! Alright, let's see what we got here. It's still a little warm, but we're going to taste it anyway. How about that? So I put my icing, topping, whatever you want to call it. This is the consistency I want. Now you could either put it on top or you can put it at the bottom. Now I like it on the bottom like this. I think I want a little bit more. It is good. Now you can flavor your icing any way you want. You can add some cocoa powder to it. You can add some almond flavor to it. Just always remember, when I do these videos, I'm doing what I like. Okay? So when you see videos and recipes and things like that, you don't always have to follow them exactly. Okay? That's no fun. Do your own little spin to it. Try this instead of that. Add this instead of that. The recipe that I've seen did not require walnuts at all. But I like walnuts. And I had a lot of them here in the house. So I figured, well, let me add them in. Okay? So just always know that. No matter what I do, you know, as long as you have your basic key elements to make whatever it is you're making what it is, you can always change little things here and there, okay? So just because you're making a cake, it doesn't mean that you have to do everything that you see. I think y'all understand what I'm saying now, okay? So it's kind of like you got to have your basics though. You can't say, well, I'm going to make a cake and then start putting chicken seasoning in it. Okay, so I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, you know, you can change out your vanilla for a different flavor. You can change the nuts. You can add nuts. Oops, it flipped over. I guess they wanted some icing on the top. All right. Let's taste it. Oh, this is better than it was when I made it the first time. Oh my goodness. My icing before was more like Cool Whip. I used heavy whipping cream but I didn't add any butter. I just used the heavy whipping cream. And I let that roll for a long time, and then I added in a little bit of salt. I added in my vanilla and my powdered sugar. So it came out more like Cool Whip. So that's what I was calling it. This was my version of Cool Whip. So that's what it tastes like, Cool Whip. But with the butter, it's richer and it's more, a little bit more dense. The icing is. That is fantastic. It's fantastic. And this is why I like it with my icing on my plate, so I can get as much or as little icing as I want in each mouthful. That warm walnut is perfect. Absolutely perfect. You gotta try this one. This is an easy one. It's delicious. This is super easy. If you don't want to do the icing at all, the cake is good just by itself. I mean, you can just sprinkle you a little powdered sugar on top. Okay? But I like the icing. I do. I like the icing. But I don't think I would like if it was store-bought icing. Store-bought icing has a different taste. Yeah. It has a different taste. Making it yourself has a better it has a better homemade taste. So yeah, we're using cake mix from the box, which some of you may be more advanced than I am. You always know I'm not a baker. I've said that on Lyric Originals many times. I am a cook. I like to cook things on the stove because I have a tendency to not like to read directions when it comes to baking. You don't tell me, okay? I like to do what I want to do. But as long as, like I said, as long as you got your key elements to make it what it is, you can tweak things here or there, and that made me feel better. But this particular one, I love that it didn't need any oil, any eggs, or anything. You just take your cherry pie filling and your cake mix and mix it up. Alright, that's it. No milk, no water. You can't beat this one. This is a very easy dessert. So, with that being said, we're done here. My job is done. Oh, it's fantastic. Thank you for watching. Like, share, make nice comments, and I will see you next time. So until then, take care of yourself, take care of those around you that you can, and keep a lyric in your heart. And I will see you next time.